Hey, y'all, let's get into this other easy, beautiful Valentine's look. So I'm taking that concealer once again with brush number 6 and applying that concealer all over. Love using my buffer brush number 5. It's a smaller one to make sure that concealer is nice and smooth on the eyelid. Again, what this is doing is allowing a smooth one colored eye. If that makes any sense, but it just gives you an even canvas when it comes to applying your eyeshadows. Now, taking my translucent powder with brush number 7 and applying it all over the lid. This is going to set the concealer and allow, if you have oilier lids, it'll definitely control that, but it just gives you a nice smooth surface, and that translucent powder is sticking to the concealer so that your eyeshadows don't just stick, right? So when you start applying your eyeshadows, it's a nice smooth surface. So just making sure it's all over. And then now what you're going to see me go in with number 11 eyeshadow, and using that same brush at the tip of it, I'm going to go windshield wiper it in the crease. Again, your crease is between your brow and your eyeball, right there in the middle. And you're going to windshield wiper it, which is side to side. Not really circles, just depending on your eye shape. And if you have more hooded eyes, you're going to lift that crease color a little bit higher above where your eye is hooded. I'm going to do a tutorial on that too, because I know some of y'all have hooded eyes. But again, just windshield wipering it in that area and lifting it on the outside. When I say lift, you just kind of swoop it up towards your hairline. Just swoop it on up. Again, doing the same thing. And wherever you put your brush first is where you're going to get the most pigment on your eyes. So again, windshield wipering it in an upward motion and lifting it up towards the hairline. Okay, we're going to clean that up once we apply our foundation. So this tutorial is meant for you to work alongside with me. So I hope you have your shadows ready and you are practicing with me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. I was trying to think. I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this color in the middle. This is 15. You're going to apply that color right to the lid. Now, I'm using that same brush again. So we're still on one brush right now. It's number 7. And I decided to go a little bit fatter, or with, yeah, it is fatter, because you can. You can use a small brush or a bigger brush, but the brush size matters, okay? So applying number 15 all over the lid on this particular look. If you've watched some of the other videos, I used a different technique. What is that telling you? One, use and try different techniques and see which one feels comfortable for you. This one was comfortable for me for a while until I switched it up. You saw me spray my brush, right? Destiny, stay on topic. So what I did is I dipped it in number 15, then sprayed it with setting spray, and it applies it a little bit deeper, and the pigment is going to be richer when you do that, y'all. It is fly. Like, use this on all your shadows, okay? Again, dipping it, tapping it, spraying it. Dip it, tap it, spray it. Dip it, tap it, spray it. Okay. So again, applying that very carefully over the lid. It's just going to give it a richer look on the eye, y'all. It is so fly. So fly. I recently learned this at a tutorial that I was able to attend, and I'm like, game changer. So make sure you dip it, tap it, and spray it, and then apply it to your lid. Going back in with color number 17. And what I'm going to do is that, remember that, so this is what I did for this one. Okay, so I'm dipping it in 2. I'm dipping it in 17, and I'm dipping it in 43. Y'all, this was like genius, okay? So I'm using that dome brush number 8 because it's a little stiff and thicker, and it's going to grab that pigment. And then I'm taking it right there in the corner of the eye, and we are blending it into that beautiful color. Y'all, so good. So good. But you'll see me doing it again, and notice wherever you put the brush down first, that's where you're going to get the most pigment. So what I'm doing there is applying it right there on the corner, and then I'm doing little circular motions to blend that color into the rest of the eye. Y'all, I'm telling you, like dipping it in those two shadows, I surprised myself. I was like, what? I think that's so pretty. So again, play around, have fun, y'all. Like this is what it's about. So looking at that look, you see I'm excited, right? I'm like, yes, I look so good. So what I'm doing here is I'm going, actually like the way it looks, so I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. So going in with my eyeliner, this is the perfect eyeliner pen. I love this pen because it is not super wet. It is very easy to use. I'm not doing a very exaggerated wing for this look. This is going to be more natural and easy. So you're going to go line as close to your natural lash line as possible. And the thin tip on the eyeliner pen allows you to do that. So just applying that line right there to the lash line. Again, you see I'm doing little small movements, right? As I'm lining my eye, making sure that it is all good. But that's another technique that you can use if you have issues with using a liquid liner. Now, what we're going to do is apply lashes. I get this question all the time too. Should you do your eyeshadow first and then complexion, or complexion and then your eyeshadow? It really, honestly, is a preference. I like to take care of my eyes first, then go in with my complexion. So that's just my preference. So again, for applying lashes, for this one, you have the mirror below your chin. Well, it's not technically below my chin on this one, but it should be. It's just easier if you, the lower the mirror and you can see, the easier it is to apply the lashes. So I'm using my little lash tool. You can use a tweezer or you can use your finger. It just really depends on the preference. And just looking up in the mirror to make sure that they're placed the way that I want them to. When you apply the lash glue, make sure that you apply it and then allow it to get tacky and then apply the lashes to your eye. I hope you're finding this tutorial so much fun and you're working along with me, because this is what it's about. It's about practicing along with me and, you know, perfecting your look. So going into my perfect foundation, applying the foundation all over the eye, good Lord, over the face with brush number 18 all over. And I actually, in this video, I'm using number 10. This is my winter shade. I don't know if you have a different winter and summer shade, but I definitely have a different winter shade. So applying that foundation all over my face. And I love using that brush too, because one, it's super fast. And then two, it just blends so pretty beautiful on the skin. And I love how our foundation lays like skin. Now taking that concealer in the corner of the eye, and then the inner corner of the eye, and then just smoking it out. So this is how you can clean up. Remember, we were lifting that shadow. You can create a wing, quote unquote, without an eyeliner, or you just are winging the shadow just by using your concealer. It's like a magic eraser. So here I am using a foundation brush to blend that concealer right underneath my eye. Now, I love the technique of inner outer, not in the middle, that drag, like not the triangle look that you see some people do. I love how it lifts that concealer when you do the middle or the inner corner and the outer corner, how it instantly lifts the face. So that's my favorite technique on how to apply concealer. I'm also using concealer number 7 from Lime by Alcone. So now what you're going to see me do is take that concealer down the middle of my nose. You're also going to notice, for me, I don't really contour my nose a lot because, one, I don't mind the shape of my nose. But if you do want to contour, you would take that darker color on the sides of the nose. But here, I'm just taking that concealer. This is more of a natural complexion look, not a hard, like, contour highlight type deal. So doing it on my chin and making sure it's blended right there on my Cupid's bow, on my lip, and in the middle of the forehead. Again, blend, 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 y'all. This is going to be your best friend. Do not be afraid to go back and fix areas. So now I am going in with my blush brush number 3, and I'm applying number 7 HD powder underneath my eye. It is a colored powder. It's a filter in a pan. It is so beautiful for all my girls that don't like foundation. Your HD powder is going to be your friend. So applied number 7 right underneath my eye. And now what I'm going to do is go in with bronzer number 6. So this is another way to contour with a bronzer powder. This is my favorite way to do it. This is how I've been doing it for a while, and it's the easiest in my opinion. So you take it right there from the top of your ear, slant it down on the top of your head if you want to contour any of your forehead, depending on the size, and on the under, like right on your chin area to chisel that out. Right here, you see I'm kind of like going back and forth. It's not a windshield wiper. It's really forward and backwards, okay? You're creating a chiseled look. So you don't want it to be too wild on the face. It's very concentrated, as you can see. Again, right there, and I'm blending up because if you don't, you can get it a little muddled in that area, or it looks muddy in that area. And when I say muddy, it's just not... How do you explain muddy? It's just not... The color isn't concentrated, so it doesn't really chisel anything out. It just looks blah. It's muddy. It's mixed together, okay? So you see I'm making sure I took that brush again because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't muddy. So I'm going back with that foundation brush to clean up that middle part between that contour on the cheek and the chin. Now I am using, I believe, Slam for this look right there on the cheeks. Yo, I'm telling you, these blushes, if you're scared of blush, just don't be. Just try it. Trust me, it's beautiful. Taking that highlighter in the pink color and just applying it over that blush as well, just so it's giving you like almost like a peekaboo luminescent sheer type. Sometimes I make myself laugh, but it's just a really beautiful cheek color that I love. Now I'm going in and I'm taking that color number 43 and a small brush. I'm using brush number 20 and smudging that beautiful purple right underneath the eye. And I'm mixing it too. No, not the purple. I'm mixing it too, though. I feel like that's a mix of 17 and 43 again. The same thing that we did in the corners of the eye. But just really like smudging that out. And y'all, it is so pretty. Really, really love how this look turned out. So then I'm going to go in, because you can't not have a look without highlighter, right? So going in with my highlighter palette. This is the gold color that I'm putting right, or no, the champagne color that I'm putting right there. And I'm just putting it on top of that blush. So it should always be bronzer, blush, and then the highlight. So just blending that all together, making sure it's all together, all together, all blended. And it looks really, really pretty. I love, love, love how this look turned out. It is so gorgeous. So good. All right, let's get into these lips. I am using Cocoa Liner, one of my favorite liners of all times. I love to leave the bottom of my lip out. To me, it gives you a more powderier look. That's just my opinion, and I love how it looks. So sometimes I do the middle too, like this one. Go in a little bit, but definitely on the bottom. I'm leaving that bottom part open. I'm also, for this particular look, I'm using the color Birthday Cake. This is my favorite neutral. Favorite neutral lip of all time. Love, love, love this neutral look. Cocoa with Birthday Cake is just iconic. It is one of those looks that you have to have in your arsenal because it just looks so pretty and it's so beautiful in all skin tones. And that's it. This nice neutral lip with this bold eye for Valentine's Day or any look, y'all, is